Hey checkers, welcome back to Project Finance, and today's video we're going to go over week 35 of the Moon Challenge. The last week of the challenge. It's been 35 weeks, very long weeks, but we're finally here. So next week, week 36, will be probably the last video, the conclusion where I kind of go over all the whole 35 weeks and see where we want to go with the money from there. If you guys new to the series, the Dividend Challenge, we invest $200 every week, no matter how good or bad the market is, with the goal of reaching 20,000 by the end of the year. And if you guys new to the channel, hi, my name is Dennis, and my main focus of the channel is to help people with their personal finances and help them save money, specifically targeting millennials, people young on that. So if you guys fit in that category, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content. And with that being said, we'll just jump right into the video, which always the news. Last week I talked about the stimulus bill coming out, and I was a little misspoken on that part where I said it was passed, but it was actually just approved by Congress. So it still needs to get signatures for the House and Senate and the President. I know Trump all last week was kind of hesitating on signing the bill because of the $600 stimulus check, trying to push for $2,000 of stimulus check for everyone, which I think the Democrats were very excited, or kind of, I think first they were kind of shocked by the fact that he wanted to raise it, and they were excited that they have the president behind them asking for more money. I think the Republicans, GOP party, they don't want to give more money out, which I mean, both sides make sense. If you give too much money out, the America economy is just gonna like tank. But if you don't give enough money out, the economy isn't gonna come back to normal, stimulate the economy pretty much. So I can see both point of views. My personal opinion, I don't really care either or, because the stimulus bill is really big, then my Bitcoin stocks go up. But if it's not big, then the dollar's better, so the economy will recover better in the long run. So either or, I'm cool with that. But I do know that people do need the extra money, because $600 is nothing, man. You can't buy PS5 with it. A scalped PS5, because right now PS5s are like $900. It's kind of insane. Hopefully it goes down after Christmas, but that's in other news. But we'll go over how the stimulus bill is going to affect with the new $2,000 range. So we'll just jump over to the news real quick. So it's still the same $75,000 threshold, where for every $100 person makes over $75,000, $5 gets decreased. So if the bill does come out to be $2,000, the math is a little different. I know right here it's written as 99,000. I think they just took this number when the bill was at 1,200. So it's $2,000 divided by 5 times 100 plus 75,000. So at 115,000, that's where the threshold is where you don't get any money at all. I think this is actually a little above middle class as well. So I know a lot more people get something for the stimulus check, while a lot of people didn't get anything for the last $1,200 one, because I think a lot of like middle class people make over $100,000. That's great if you're able to get that. But yeah, Trump caved in to signing the bill on Sunday. He had the GOP promise him that they will push for the $2,000 stimulus check. At the time of recording, it seems like it's up to the Senate right now to choose if they want to pass the check or not. We'll see what happens in the following week. But as of right now, if you look at Bitcoin, it hasn't looked like it's been going up, like shooting up due to the news of Trump passing the bill. But over the last couple weeks since Christmas, it has been shooting up. It was at 22,000 for like the longest for about I think 2 weeks now, since December 17th. And so it's been around 22,000 until hit Christmas. And then Christmas shot to 25, 27 at the max. Actually, it was at 28 at the highest, and it's fluctuating right now around 26,000. People have been saying 32,000 by the end of the year, but we'll see what happens. It's really dependent on the bill passing or not passing. But the interesting thing is that Bitcoin has been falling for the last couple days. You can see here, for today, last 24 hours, it's been falling. But you look at Ether has kind of the reverse, where it follows the Bitcoin a little later. So you look at last month, Ether fell when Bitcoin was rallying up around Christmas time here. We can see 21st, 24th. It's been like falling, and then it's after Bitcoin kind of settled down, leveled off, people jump back onto Ether, and that's why you see the sudden growth in the last 24 hours, or last week I guess. You see that it jumped from 600 to 700 now. So it's 750 to 700. It's kind of floating around 730ish right now. So if you guys have Ether, I'd probably switch it over into Bitcoin, get your gains, switch over Bitcoin, and see what happens by the end of the year. I think the Bitcoin return is going to be a little bit better if you guys have the money to switch it over. If not, Ether's cool too. You can just keep in there. The return for Ether will come about 2 or 3 weeks after Bitcoin finishes rallying up and start flattening out. That's pretty much it for the Bitcoin and for the stimulus check and stimulus bill. Let's jump into the portfolio and see what's going on here. I'll log in. Last week we're at $20,734. If we just had no return, 0% return, it should be at $20,934. So my portfolio shouldn't drop $900. That's just like so insane if that happens. If it does, I don't know, man. Like, shoot yourself. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, all right. We're at $20,890. So we passed. We still have like 4 more days, but you know, I don't think it's gonna drop $800 in 4 days. So not too bad. We did it though, guys. 20,000 by the end of the year. We knew about 3 weeks ago, but now we know for sure that we made it. Unless something crazy happens over the next 3 days, it's just gonna like tank $9, which I highly doubt because my pies are pretty diverse to where if one stock falls, not like my whole portfolio falls apart. That's why you kind of want to diversify. You don't want to put everything in one basket. Well, let's go portfolio. So we have a total value of $20,890.46, a gain of $3,903.72, a total return of 29.84%. I didn't think it was possible, guys. Let's go to the dividends actually. Total earned dividends for the last 35 weeks, $418.03. Just free money, $418 last 35 weeks. That's not bad. Let me do the math for that. 418 divided by 35, about $12 a week. And this portfolio isn't all dividends. Only these 2 pies are the aggressive ETF pie and the dividend hunting pie. The work from home pie doesn't have that much dividends, and the aggressive ETF pie has very little high yield dividends. So majority of the ones that are dividends coming from is from dividend hunting pie. It's only a fourth of my portfolio. So to get $400 out of a fourth of the portfolio is not bad. But if I were to do it again, which I'll probably talk about in the next video, should I have put the 5,000 into dividend hunting pie and just put it into something more tech? In hindsight, yes, because like tech goes crazy. Like if you guys invest in Roku or Peloton, which is the online biking company, they had insane returns, like 200%. But you know, at the time, you didn't know like what's gonna happen. I just wanted something kind of more stable, and you didn't know there's gonna be a second wave of the virus or whatnot. So I'm happy with my choices. But in hindsight, probably put in tech, but I'm still happy. Like I'm not complaining about making $3,900 right here. But let's go to the first pie here. So aggressive ETF pie, we're at total value of $10,461.24, a total gain of $2,027.70, total return of 31.2%. Let's go inside. And sorry if I look like a hobo today. I'm just really cold in my room. So look at the pies here. We're up $114 on this pie for this week. So I wonder what fell. It might have been the work from home pie where Chegg and DocuSign fell. I think that's a big one too. On my Robinhood, they fell on my Robinhood as well. But let's look at this pie for now. Yeah, everything gained 1.5% to 1%. Pretty solid returns. Overall, VB, small capital, done the best. 52.39%. And I actually didn't notice this, but they brought the names back here. I guess someone filed a complaint. So you can see here, Vanguard, small capital. And then you see the REITs, Vanguard Real Estate REITs. And then you see the S&P 500 ETF VOO. So yeah, they brought it back. I was not a big fan of the full name being here instead of having the sub name. SHY, goodbye my friend. This $100, you're going somewhere else. Let's go next pie. So next pie is dividend hunting pie. We're at a total value of $5,209.58. Total gain of $1,099.05. A total return of 34.55%. I find it really strange that this return is higher than the work from home pie, but the work from home pie has more value. Let's go inside. So everything's above 30%, almost 35%. DHY is the only one that's on the low 30.25%. Everything else is at 35 to 32%. That's kind of insane. Let's go last week here. AGNC up 1.35%. So not too worried about these. They've been pretty solid for the last 30 weeks that I had it. I think I had these in the very beginning. Good choices. AGNC is known to be like a very risky stock, but it's been doing really solid for me on M1 Finance and on my Robinhood account. So I don't know why people like they bag on this stock. It's each our own, I guess. Let's go to the next pie. So last pie is work from home pie. We're at a total value of $5,219.64. A total gain of $674.28 and a return of 17.32%. Let's go inside. And I'm gonna guess that Chegg and DocuSign fell because it fell on my Robinhood account. Let's look here. Wow, the Chegg is up 29.36%. Zoom fell actually. It's only at 35.02% now. I remember the good days when this was at 50%. So Zoom might actually not be first place after 35 weeks. That's kind of crazy. But again, maybe should I have sold off? I don't know. Just because I said this in my previous video back when the vaccine was announced that Zoom fell when the vaccine got announced because people are gonna less likely use Zoom because you can go back to real life, right? So less members on Zoom means less money for Zoom. It's good that we're going back to the real world where we don't have to use digital platforms, but it's bad for the stocks. So I don't know. I'm conflicted here. I can finally go travel, but my stock's falling. Probably one of the ones I sell, get the returns and call it a day. Maybe I should have done that before when the vaccine was called and sold it off, but let's go last week here. Yeah, I see here, Zoom fell 14.08%, DocuSign fell 7.58%, Chegg's up 1.21%. I believe school's gonna be remote for the rest of the year. I'm not sure about high school, middle school, and elementary school, but for universities, at least around my area, it's closed. Maybe other states it's still open. I know like Texas is still open, and they're getting like cases every day. And with Thanksgiving, Christmas happen, I'm not sure what they're gonna do about the next 2021 in January. I'm not sure they can close down and go back to remote learning. But I know, like, I think New York, they're trying to push for in-person learning just because they need, the parents need to go back to work. But we'll see what happens. Chegg didn't fall as hard as I thought it was gonna fall, but like some work from home stuff like DocuSign and Zoom fell pretty hard after the stimulus bill got announced. So overall, not too bad. Look at the overall pie here. It went down $181.82, down 3.37%. I don't see this pie making my whole portfolio dropping by $800. So we should make it by the end of the year, December 31st, which is going to be a Friday, but I'm not going to film this on Friday. I'm just going to film on next Monday. That's going to be hit the conclusion and me moving stuff around. So let's go activity here. The stock market closed on Christmas Day and New Year's Day, and they call off 3 hours early on Christmas Eve. I think New Year's Eve is going to be a full day, but don't quote me on that. But I did get some dividends right before Christmas, so let's go over them real quick. So you have DHY for $3.60, LQD for $2.04, SHY for 4 cents, shake my head, VA at $13.39, and VWO at $3.04. Not bad, about $20 of dividends, so I'm cool with that. And when we just had the morning trades of $227.54, pretty much all the dividends and $200 of deposit. Let's go to the holdings here. So top 3. And top 3, Zoom is not in first. That's crazy. So VB is at first actually at 37.7% with a total gain of $576.47. Zoom is at second now at 34.66%, $193.78. How the mighty has fallen. Remember, this was like up 80%. Should have sold it. And then third place is VWO at 27.04%, $110.90. Let's go to bottom 3 here. And so yeah, luckily we'll have one negative at the end of the day. It's HY, which has been like up and down a couple pennies every week. Nothing too exciting about that one. Down 17 cents. Microsoft being second lowest at 6.32%, up $46.23. And LQD up 6.63%, up $65.01. For a portfolio the last 35 weeks and there's no negative stocks during these times, I see that's pretty accomplishment by itself. I know a couple friends that bought Boeing and Carnival, thinking that that's a dip, guys, like it can't get any lower than that, and they just kept losing money, and they pulled out their money when they lost more than half their initial money. So for me not to lose any money for this challenge is I think it's a pretty big accomplishment. I mean, I didn't pick too much of risky stocks besides like just a general market. I guess you didn't know what's going to happen, but with the stimulus and America not trying to make the economy fail, I think that was a pretty safe bet. And the other ones were kind of tech stocks, so you can't really go wrong with tech unless it's like a bad tech that had like a really bad business model, business strategy. Overall, it's great. So let's go the portfolio and go over the last. So a great ETF pie, we're a total gain of $114.65. Work from home, negative $181.62. And dividend hunting pie up $36.11. The total return for the week, negative $31.06. So not too bad. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up for today's video, guys. Let me know down below how your Christmas was and how your New Year's is gonna be. Hopefully you guys still had a good time with your immediate family and be able to get like everything you guys want for Christmas. I think with these whole quarantine times and like how it is right now, you kind of appreciate things a lot more. I know I did. Like I got more time to myself and kind of reflect on all the good things I had before. Took seeing my friends for granted. Like I could have saw my friends every day, but we chose not to. It was really eye-opening that it took something like this to kind of humble you down and reflect on what you have. So I think overall the situation was really bad, but there's some good things that came out of it. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you guys liked the video, subscribe to the channel for more content, and notification bell for all the updates, and I'll see you guys next one. Bye.